Hello everyone, and welcome back to a segment that I like to call reading you a chapter or an excerpt of my favorite book to convince you to read it. This is part 2 or episode 2, whatever. So the book that I'm going to be reading you a sample of today is Nightweaver by R.M. Gray. I absolutely love her. She originally published this independently back in October of 2023. And then now she has an official deal with Little Brown. And so this is the first book of the series that she has traditionally published. And then book 2, called Star Chaser, is actually coming out this November. I believe it's November 4th. Really excited about it. All of us early Nightweaver fans who were there from like the independent days, so excited about this finally happening. And so I figured that I would read you an excerpt of the first chapter, which has like a few changes from the independent one, except like she didn't have to change anything really, but she just like added some extra content. So like none of it was like taken out or like changed per se, but she just got to kind of add what she wanted to kind of make the story flow even better than it did before, which it already flowed super well in the indie published. But anyway, babbling a little bit. But I'm so excited to read this to you. The one big change, however, to this book is that she named the main character Violet in the indie published version. And then in the traditionally published version, she really wanted to do the name Aster for the main character because that was the name she actually wanted. But she decided, you know what, traditionally published, this, I felt, she felt bad about not going with her gut on the name, and so she got a second chance. I think my dog is barking at something, but ignore him. So anyway, I'm going to read you the blurb really quick, and then I'm going to get into the first chapter. 600 years ago, Nightweavers, cursed beings with unchecked power, claimed the continents for their own. The ocean was meant to be a safe haven for humanity, including 17-year-old Aster Oberon and her pirate family. But after Aster's brother is killed in an epic battle at sea against Nightweavers, Aster and her family are thrust into a new life on land. When a handsome Nightweaver named Will offers the Oberons protection and work at his opulent estate, Aster is suspicious. As the arrogant and entitled right hand to the wicked prince, Will is everything that she has been taught to hate. But as he shows empathy and kindness, Aster can't ignore a blooming attraction. And even more, Will opens her eyes to a new reality. There are monsters worse than Nightweavers. Monsters who may be behind her brother's death. As Aster hunts the creatures responsible, dark secrets threaten to unravel everything she once believed about her family, herself, and her world. Filled with elemental magic, forbidden romance, and breathtaking twists, this is a propulsive romantasy about an iron-willed heroine avenging her brother and discovering her destiny. Ooh, yes. So I think you guys might like this. And another thing that I especially love about this is the romance is like enemies to lovers. It's kind of sweet, and also it's kind of sad because it's also forbidden, but it's also a clean romance. So it really is perfect for that YA age range. So anyway, without further ado, also I got my copy signed because last night I went to a book signing event. This is also kind of why I'm reading it today. Absolutely love Rebecca. Another thing that she kind of added was she added different parts to the book, and she gave those parts names. So I love that detail. All right. I'm going to read you an excerpt of chapter 1. Not the whole thing because it is kind of long. And yeah, so I'm just going to read up to a certain point, but you're not going to know what that certain point is. Nightweaver, chapter 1. I'm not fast enough. When the alarm bell rings out, warning of the attack, Owen is already armed and racing up the companionway of our family's ship. Don't worry, little mouse. My brother casts a wry smile over his shoulder as he tucks the knave of clubs playing card, his lucky card as he calls it, up his sleeve, dirty blonde hair tumbling into his tawny eyes. I'm sure there'll still be something for you to do. I groan, stuffing daggers and pistols into every holster and sheath strapped to my body. Greedy pirate, I call after him, a smirk tugging at my lips. Owen, the eldest of my 6 siblings and me, always claims the glory of first victory in battle and the best loot. But I never complain, and neither do my brothers and sisters, because there is no one I trust more to protect what our parents have fought so hard to secure: a home aboard the finest vessel a pirate could hope for, crewed by the 9 of us, free to sail the western sea and safe from the monsters that live on land. I take a quick inventory of my weapons, checking each one as I touch their hilts and handles. A knife in each boot, a dagger at either hip, 4 pistols at my back. Satisfied with my walking armory, I take my cutlass in hand and chase after Owen. Before I reach the top step, thick black smoke chokes the morning air. I emerge onto the main deck of the Nightweaver. Of the Lightbringer. I'm so sorry, guys. Expecting a bloodbath, but this is much worse. Much, much worse. Sorry, I'm getting some things wrong. Also, quick aside to you guys, I'm so sorry to interrupt this, but this book is, because it's YA, it is geared a little bit more violent, so quick warning of like blood and some violence, but it's not as bad in this first chapter as it gets a little bit later. That's the one thing that I will say, is that with the content rating is that it does skew pretty violent and a little bit gory, but so the way that I would rate it personally is like 15, 16 and up on that note, at least for me personally. But it's much worse. My foot slips and my back slams against the deck, knocking the breath from my lungs. The thunder of cannons trembles in my chest, a deafening crash of splintering wood. I try to gather my bearings, but something hot and sticky soaks my clothes. It drips from my tangled hair, filling my senses with the bitter metallic bite of copper. To my left, the pool of crimson originates from a headless body. I don't need to see the face to know whose blood saturates me from head to toe. Mary Cross, a refugee we took aboard only last week, after an enemy clan of pirates attacked her family's ship. They slaughtered the Cross clan, leaving Mary adrift in the Dire, a dark stretch of ocean plagued by sea monsters and cutthroat pirates. It seems she escaped one battle, only to meet her family's same fate not a week later. On your feet! Owen hoists me upright. He shouts something else, but I don't hear him over the din of clashing metal. I know of only one ship capable of creating such mayhem. In the 2 months I was held captive aboard the Death Whale, chained in the dank dark hull of the cannibal's ship, I listened as they attacked countless vessels, stealing pirate children from their parents in the dead of night. A year has passed since I was rescued, but I still feel the burn of the rope those bloodthirsty brutes tied around my neck. I still remember the word they used to justify their fear of an emaciated, unarmed 16-year-old. Cursed. Who? As the word leaves my mouth, a blaze of fire illuminates the towering black sails of the ship at our starboard side. I have my answer. This is not the work of the Death Whale, not the work of a rival clan. A black flag, embroidered with the scarlet sun of the Erie, billows on the wind. Nightweavers. I look back toward Owen, hoping to find some inkling of reassurance in his face, in his kind, tawny eyes, so much like our father's, or his cheeky, carefree grin, a mirror image of our mother's. But I'm met with an expression of fear I've never seen before. Not in him. He grabs my shoulders, clutching me with urgency. Whatever you do, don't let them take you. And with that, he's gone, another faceless figure in the darkness. My fist tightens around the hilt of my cutlass. I will not let them take me. And there you have it, guys. I hope that you enjoyed that. Sorry for the interruption in the middle, but one thing that I'm trying to do with this series is that, I can edit like pretty well and everything, but I'm also trying to work on like not being camera shy and just kind of like, you know, just wanting to do like these videos where it's just kind of a one shot type of situation, and kind of getting better at like speaking and flowing into things and just talking to the camera in general. So please excuse my kind of pauses in the middle, my having to kind of re-say things. It's just going to get better as I continue to do this. And just thank you so much for your attention and your time, and for watching this. Please like, comment, or subscribe. That's going to really help me out, because as someone who's wanting to become a published author myself, just like Rebecca, I'm also kind of trying to branch out into like BookTube, trying to kind of build a following there. So yeah. And if you're wondering what kind of books that I'm going to end up writing, well, I don't know. I'm definitely planning on writing stuff that is like, that's like YA, kind of geared towards teens as well. But I kind of want to write anything and everything. So I'm also wanting to write like children's books, middle grade, books that are geared more towards adults, but they're all going to be like clean, you know, and everything. So like clean type of stuff. But yeah, and also follow me on Instagram as well. That's where you'll find most of my like writing and book updates, especially. So I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching. And yeah, you guys are the real ones. Thank you. And I love you guys. And God bless. Bye.